anymore.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tuesday edition of Game Time Decision. I'm your host, Detroit Lenny, joined with one of my favorite knuckleheads, Tim Earl. Nick's running a tad late.
It happens.
The school bus got out late or something. I don't know.
Well, when he has to ride the little bus, there's only so many little buses available, so unfortunately it doesn't work out all the way.
When does he not ride the little bus? I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh, no, he always rides it. It's just he has to wait for the little bus to come.
Oh, yeah, there's only so many people that can fit on there.
Exactly, yes.
And they got to run through the elementary, and then they come swoop him up, and it's weird. Real nice, guys. Real nice.
Love you, Nick.
Oops, that backfired.
No, it didn't. I don't care.
We really don't care. Welcome to Game Time Decision Tuesday edition. Like I said, today is April 12th. If you're new to the show, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, like, subscribe to Max Wager Network. If you could, we'd greatly appreciate that. We're going to go through the NHL, NBA injury reports for today, talk some baseball, see what's going on, what's happening now, what's for the later games today as well. So before we do any of that, don't forget to check out our friends over at Caesar Sportsbook. The link in the description of this video will take you right to your designated per state you're in. Take you right to the promo for your particular state. But the promo that we have right now for this particular show is Caesar's promo is up to $1,100 first bet insurance. Scrolling down here at the bottom. So on your first bet, you get up to $1,100 first bet insurance. So it's kind of like a free bet. Can't lose it. Might as well take a shot. That being said, Tim Earl, how we doing? Your brother's chiming in. Tigers first 5 back to making car payments. It's been one day.
The Nerfy's 4-0 today.
The Nerfy is 4-0. I saw that.
Didn't bet it.
I got a couple later Nerfies, so I didn't bet. I did bet Tigers Nerfy. I forgot I cashed that. I forgot I cashed that. So, but
I'm not really much of the Nerfy. It's kind of. I feel like that's kind of a toss-up. It's kind of like a coin flip-y type deal, and it's too much of a. I know we're gamblers and everything, but I feel like it's too much.
It's definitely not a. There's a science to it. It's not necessarily.
There is. There probably is.
Sure.
It's just not something that I want to go out and go start betting because knowing me, the time that I'll go and do it, I'll end up getting 16 wrong in a row because they'll score a run with 2 outs in the bottom of the first, or it'll be I have a Yerfie and they'll get bases loaded both set halves of the inning and nothing, and so I choose not to get involved with the Nerfies. It's just not my style.
That's fair.
I feel like not calling you degenerate. I feel like it's more of a degenerate type thing. Like, ooh, let's see how I can cash a bet in one inning. I just want to watch one inning of baseball, and it's And I'm not saying y'all are degenerates, but I'm saying it's just too variant. There's too
much it depends.
That can go right or can go wrong in such a short period of time.
See, I look at it the exact opposite way. There's so little that could go wrong in such a small amount of time. So I kind of limit my stuff that could go wrong because you're only looking at 6 batters, 3 from each side.
Exactly.
So that's why I bet Nerfies 98% of the time.
Yeah.
If I bet a Yerfie, it's because there's dog trash on the mound.
Jake Odorizzi probably, right?
Yeah, Jake Odorizzi. I mean, I can hit his fastball. Who can't? Vince
Velasquez. There you go. Actually, no. Vince Velasquez has actually been pitching pretty well today. Only 1 run in 3 innings. I know we made fun of him a lot. There was a couple of guys that I just cannot get behind.
No, and this year there's a lot going on. It's still early. There's a lot of baseball left. I don't think I really even get into my groove for like a month of baseball, where I really can. That's me personally. I mean, everybody moves quicker and has their own little whatever, this, that, or whatever. But That's that. So
know.
we're going to go through the NBA. Let's do that first. There's 2 whole games up for tonight, but they're big games.
I was about to say.
Big games. I will give you that. I mean, I hate Sean Higgs said it very well. I recorded a free pick video for Picks and Parlays last night with him, and I loved it. He was like, no betting allowed or whatever was what the NBA stood for during the regular season.
Yeah, now it's nothing but action.
Now it's nothing but action, and I was like, I like that. NBA. I'm a tagline kind of guy, you know. Good luck unless you're against me. That just came out one day during game time, and it's stuck. So the nothing but action. I got a little action. I got a little action. I will say that I got a little bit because I'm a little iffy on some tonight's game. There's some big spreads. The 9.5. I get there in Brooklyn, but I'm just going to let you go through this, and I want to hear your take on both those games, and then we'll kind of go from there. So I'm going to give you the floor. We'll start with the Cavs and the Nets. Take it away, sir.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 playing games. That's it for tonight. And then there'll be 2 playing games tomorrow and 2 playing games on Friday, and then we got actual playoffs. Cleveland Cavaliers, Brooklyn Nets. This one's a 9.5-point spread. Only significant injury in this one is Jared Allen being out for the Cavaliers. I feel like this is just a disrespect of the Cavaliers. Yes, the Nets are good. Are they 9.5 points better than the Cavs? No, not by any stretch of the imagination. I think the Nets win this game. I do not think they cover. Therefore, I got it at 8.5, but I think this is like a 5-point game. A 3 to 5 point game, and I can easily see Cavaliers winning this game. Because at the end of the day, it's a 1-game playoff. So I lean Cavaliers in this one. I am not high on this Nets team. I actually want the Nets to make it as the 8th seed, because I feel like if they go and beat the Heat in the first round, it'll make a nice easy path for my Raptors plus 4,000 to win the East. Kind of thoughts through that, but I'm not. I have the Cavaliers plus points in this one, but I'm not going crazy with that. The other game tonight, that would be the Clippers and the Timberwolves. No significant injuries. Oh, sorry. Luke Kennard is going to be out tonight with the hamstring. Other than that, everybody's going to play. You know everybody's going to play. Winner of this game is going to go and face the Memphis Grizzlies. Actually, let me rephrase that. The winner of this game is going to get blown out by the Memphis Grizzlies. I like the T-Wolves. I think they're overall the better team. They're 10 games over 500 compared to the Clippers, who are only 2. So not super high on the Clippers. Honestly, I could see the Clippers losing to either the Pelicans or the Spurs in the game on Friday if it gets that way. And I'm not too high on it. So Timberwolves will be my other pick for this one. So 1 dog, 1 favorite. That's how I'm going to play the play-ins.
I like it. I don't hate that. I agree with you on that Nets game. I think they win. And I just don't know if they win by 10. I mean, that line's at 9.5 now. I don't know about that. I don't know if they win double digits. I will say that. That Timberwolves game, I think they kind of handle the Clippers, personally. So that's my theory on that. But I appreciate that. We are going to talk some NHL as well. This is a pretty big slate, and this guy decided to pop in. Hey, welcome to the party.
Hey.
Yeah, glad the bus got you. Got you home safe, all that.
Real nice.
Brother was making fun of you. I defended you.
I know. I turn it on for the first 2 minutes, and he's already making fun of me. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
You have to type up all 14 of your NHL games. We're allowed to make
fun. You're welcome. All right, Tim Earl, we shall return. All right, so you got a pretty decent sized slate here. We did.
Just a little bit, yeah.
We both went through and typed up the games for you. I started at one end, he started at the other. We met in the middle. It was perfect. With like 15 seconds left. So if they're a little out of order, you're just gonna have to roll with the punches here, sir.
Yeah. I'll get on the banners page so I can see which one's coming next.
Yeah, we're gonna start with the I got a future on the Blues. Blues.
Same here.
So we talked about this a while ago. I'm high on the Blues. I don't know about this game, but I'm going to let you run through the NHL.
Yeah, looking at this spot here, we have the first game of the slate. We have St. Louis Blues at the Boston Bruins here. Torrey Krug questionable, Scandella questionable, Bozak and Paranovich remain out. For the Bruins, no Lindholm, no Pasternak, and no Grzelcyk. Swayman's expected in net. Husso is confirmed in net. I'm not taking a side in this game. I would lean towards the underdog in this game with the St. Louis Blues, but you could have gotten them from a much better price yesterday because I believe the Bruins at one point were minus 150 yesterday, and now they're down to around a minus 130-ish. So not as much value with the Blues anymore. I'd lean that way. I'd also lean towards the Blues team total over. This is a team that's put up 4 goals in 8 straight games. So this offense is clicking right now. You can get that for minus 145. That may be something I add later now, looking at that a little bit more. The Blues team total, but I like the full game over in this spot. Moving on to the next matchup here, we have the Ducks at the Panthers here. Gibson and Bobrovsky are confirmed goalies here. Kessler and Silverberg and Max Jones all remain out for the Ducks. Nolakari, Lomberg, Ekblad, and Nudavara for the Panthers. This is a complete stay-off game. There are 14 games on this slate. You do not need to lay minus 450 with the Florida Panthers in this one. And the over 6.5 is juiced way too much, in my opinion. All right, next matchup here. This one's a fun one. The Buffalo Sabres are at the Toronto Maple Leafs. Craig Anderson expected in net. Eric Kallgren confirmed in net. For the Buffalo Sabres, it remains to be just Cogliata as the big name out. For the Leafs, Wayne Simmons is questionable. Andre Cachet remains out along with Peter Mrazek and Rasmus Sandin. I played the under 7 in this game. I think this. I was looking at this and I saw it at 6.5 juice. I'm like, this is going to hit a 7 when it does. I'll bet it under in this one because my biggest question mark is whether or not Buffalo is going to score. But with that being said, I'm going to contradict myself here. I do have, for the first time ever, a goal scorer prop in an under bet game for me. Give me Owen Power at plus 550 for the Buffalo Sabres, the number 1 overall pick for, I believe, the 2020 draft.
Yes, Power, let's go.
The number 1 overall pick from last season, making his debut for the Buffalo Sabres tonight. Took a little stab at that plus 550 goal scorer prop, because why not? Next matchup here, the Washington Capitals are hosting the Philadelphia Flyers in this one. Carter Hart, Ilya Samsonov, your matchup here. McEwen is questionable for this game for the Flyers. Couturier, Ellis remain out. Dmitry Orlov for the Capitals is questionable. Hagelin and Snivy remain out for this one. I like the over, and here's one team I'm going to tell you be careful with tonight. Be careful with the Capitals. I'm not saying the Flyers win this game straight up, but they are a live underdog in this game. I might look towards the Flyers team total over 2.5 because they have been contributing offensively as of late. Plus 205 is not a bad price for them either. Team total over 2.5 plus 105. I won't talk you off of that one either. I might be adding a couple team totals here, not looking at it. But yeah, I'm talking myself into more plays. Great. But yeah, I like the over in this game in general. I got it at 6 last night. It's 6.5. I wouldn't talk you off of it. This has been an over machine with the Washington Capitals. Next matchup here. This one's a fun one. I did a free pick video with Lenny with this for picks and parlays last night. Carolina Hurricanes are at the New York Rangers for this one. Here's your top 2 Vezina Trophy candidates. It's Frederik Andersen and it's Igor Shesterkin. For the Carolina Hurricanes, Jesperi Kotkaniemi remains out, as well as Jake Gardner. Tyler Mott, Patrick Nemeth, Sammy Blau, and Philip Seidel remain out. For the Rangers, Cabo Caco is back in the lineup for them. So that's a positive there for the Rangers. Give me the home dog here. I took him even money. You can probably get him for around plus 105. I love the Rangers in this spot. This is a team that has dominated Carolina at MSG, and this is a team that's playing much better hockey as of late. So I'm going to take the Rangers here at a little bit of a dog price And if I said this a month ago, I'd look at myself and look like I'm crazy since the trade deadline, this Rangers team is a totally different team, and they've definitely transitioned from a team that was being outplayed every night and getting bailed out by Igor to a team that is winning expected goal battles and playing better hockey. So the Rangers, for me, are a bet-on team at the moment, and I took them here plus 100, plus 105 at home against the Hurricanes. What game of the? All righty, Lenny. We have the Detroit.
Let me have my moment. Hockey's almost over.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I was the one that typed up that game. My bad.
Yeah, the Detroit Red Wings are hosting the Ottawa Senators. Antoine Forsberg and Lenny's favorite Thomas Greiss confirmed in net. Batherson questionable for this game. Thomas Chabot remains out for the rest of the season, along with Tyler Ennis and Shane Pinto. On the other side, Giovanni Smith, Jake Wallman are both questionable. Robbie Fabry remains out. This is a defense optional game. This is the 1-800-5-2 Senators, like it has been the last two games. This game's going to finish 5-2. Either way, it's finishing 5-2. Mark my words. I like the over 6.5 in this game. Defense optional, especially with Thomas Greiss.
I have a question. Yeah. I don't mean to interrupt, but how is it only at 6.5? I'm just saying. I know that they've always finished 5-2.
Ottawa's offense has been questionable still.
I don't care. That's what they said every year, and they just it'll be 3-0 Ottawa at the end of the first period.
3-0 Ottawa at the end of the first period. The weird thing is this is even money for an over 6.5 too. It's not like it's minus 120, minus 130.
It's not juice.
That does make me a little bit.
I can get it at plus 104. I mean, you can actually over, and I've already bet. I'm just telling you all right now.
To be honest, you can look at this game. I know we're spending a little extra time on this game, and I don't know if it deserves it, but hear me out. Plus 210 over 7.5. Plus 210 for over 7.5. I'm seeing at the sportsbook I use.
I'll just tell you right now, I did take the Red Wings on the puck line minus 1.5 plus 195 because this might be they're going to win this game. I'm just telling you, but it's going to be like there's going to be 10 goals in this game.
I wouldn't talk you off of that one. Yeah,
I'm telling you, if it was I don't go that high, but I'm telling you right now, 7.5, I'd look at. I would look at over
at plus 210. I would definitely look at it. But yeah, but looking at the next matchup here,
we have way too much time on this.
Yeah, we spend way too much time on a 1-800-GAMBLER game there. Oh yeah, I forgot one last thing when it comes to. Oh wait, no, there's a better game for that. Pittsburgh Penguins are at the New York Islanders in this one here. A bit of news in this one. Number one, Casey DeSmith is going to be starting in net for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Ilya Sorokin for the New York Islanders. Clutterbuck, Mayfield remain out for the Isles. Nathan Bayou is out for the Penguins still. And the big news that came out yesterday, which once this news was announced, I was already leaning towards the Islanders. I was going to look to bet the Islanders, but thinking this line was going to go up even more. And then they announced that Evgeny Malkin has been suspended for 4 games for his cross-check, which was very similar to the one that Matthews did on Dahlin and only got 2 games. What are we doing, NHL? But yeah, I'm on the Islanders here as a home underdog in this spot. This line is now moved to Islanders minus 115. It's back to like where it opened up this game. The books opened this up at a pick on minus 110 each way. I think they did for a reason. I like the Islanders in this spot. Next matchup here, we have the SJ Sharks taking on the Nashville Predators. Cabo Kakinen and UC Saros are in net for tonight. Healthy Nashville team. For the Sharks, no Dzingel, no LeBlanc as well, and then a bunch of depth guys that I'm not even going to try to pronounce their names because I'm going to botch them because I've never heard of these guys. I'm on the over 5.5 in this game. I think both teams contribute offensively, and this is another one. I said this with the Capitals. Be careful with the Predators tonight. I don't know what it is, but I have a weird feeling this is one of those games that the Sharks may steal. I just wanted to put that one out there. Next game, the Oilers are at the Wild here. Cam Talbot, Mikko Koskinen, your starting goaltenders. Healthy Oilers team. Clefbaum has been out all year, and that's it. And then a couple injuries on the side of Minnesota. John Merrill, Matt Dumba, and Nicolas Deslauriers all are out for the Wild tonight. I'd lean towards the Oilers in this spot here a little bit. And actually, when I did the handicapping for this game yesterday, I noticed something, that the last game when the Wild played the Kings was the first time in a full month that the Wild had won a game that went over the total. That was just something interesting I saw there. All their games they've been winning have been soaring under. So that was an interesting there. But I lean Oilers in this spot as an underdog. Did not bet it. Next matchup here, the LA Kings are at the Chicago Blackhawks. I can tell where Tim started and where Lenny ended, because now they're typed up differently. LA Kings and Chicago Blackhawks.
I told you he would notice.
Yeah.
You were right.
Yeah, because I know Tim does his very quick, and then Lenny, I know the way he types his out, because that's the way they look when free pick videos are done when I'm not behind the scenes. So, hey, I noticed these little things.
So what you're saying is I was right and his way is wrong. I understand completely.
I type them more similar to Lenny than they.
What he's saying is both of us are wrong. We messed them both up.
Yeah, what I'm saying is both of you guys are wrong. When you do it, it's Los Angeles Kings at Chicago Blackhawks. It's not Kings at Blackhawks. It's not LA Kings at Blackhawks. I'm just messing with you guys.
Then get in here early and type up your own dang games.
How about we move it back to the time where I'm able to get home on time? But anyway.
Take the big bus, not the little bus. So we don't.
I don't take the bus. I walk home, damn it. All right. Kings, Blackhawks. Thank you. Jonathan Quick in net. Colin D'Elia on the other side. The Kings are still without Mikey Anderson, Athanasiou. They're going to be without Drew Doughty the rest of the season. Good news is they got Lizotte back, and they got it looks like they got Lemieux back, and they've got Dustin Brown back. This is a Kings team that is getting healthier, and hopefully they'll be healthy if they make the playoffs, because there's still a chance that the Vegas Golden Knights can overtake this team, which is worrisome because I like this Kings team. I really do. On the other side, Dahan is going to be out for this one, as well as Connor Murphy. Give me the Kings in this spot. I laid the 145 with them. They take care of business against the Blackhawks in this game. Seattle Kraken and the Calgary Flames in this next one here. Chris Driedger, Jacob Markstrom, your goaltenders for this matchup here. Hayden Fleury, Jaden Schwartz are questionable for this game. Brendan Tanev has been out most of the season. He's going to be out the remainder of the season. On the other side, Gabranson, Yarncroke potentially, if he's playing, this would be a revenge game. The former Seattle Kraken and Killington are all questionable for this game. Monahan remains out. That is a huge loss for the Flames there. Sean Monahan, I really like that guy. A good second-line center. And then for this matchup here, I think this line's moved a little bit, but release the Kraken. I took the plus 2.5 in this one. My bad. Release the Kraken, sort of. Give me plus 2.5 with the Kraken. Next matchup here, the Tampa Bay Lightning are at the Dallas Stars. Andrei Vasilevsky, Scott Wedgewall in net for the Stars. No injuries on the side of the Tampa Bay Lightning. The team that the last few years has been the notorious LTIR users have nobody on the injury report. Way to play fair, Lightning. Good job. I'm proud of you. And then on the other side, the Stars, Kiviranta, Radulov remain out, as well as their goalies, Khudobin and Holtby. I took a shot with the underdog in this game. Tampa Bay is, other than their little 5-0 win against a Buffalo team that's been going through the road trip of hell. That's all they've done so far. That's all they've done recently. They've shown no motivation. It looks like this team is ready for the playoffs to start. Give me a little home doggy here. Dallas Stars on the money line. Next matchup here. And I said earlier that there was a better matchup for this, or there was a better matchup to use this. So I'm going to go ahead and use this now.
Stop it. Get some help.
And just for good measure.
Stop it. Get some help.
This may be one of the biggest 1-800-GAMBLER games I've seen all season. Both these teams have laid down and died. Well, let's take a look at the injuries. Goalies. Andrew Hammond expected for this game. Karel Vizmelka in net for the Coyotes. All righty, here we go. Injuries. Jack Hughes is going to be out. Siegenthaler is out. Vesey is out. Miles Wood remains out. And both the goalies, Bernier and Blackwood, remain out. Jacob Chikrin is questionable for this game for the Yotes. Yotes, don't put him in. Let him take off the rest of the season. This guy is coming off of an injury that you don't need to aggravate it even more. No Jay Beagle, no Logan Krause, no Fisher, no Kirk, no Jankin, no Keller, no O'Brien, no Roussel, no Timmins, no team, no stadium. This is not an Arizona team. I'm looking back. I saw a funny picture on Twitter where I think there was all of like 1,000 tickets sold in this game, if that. And I think that's being generous.
I'm going to tell you a quick story. A couple years ago, I went to a Wings.
And you got over the same money.
Yeah, that. So check it out. The guy who sold me those tickets, my rep, called me, and I didn't answer, and he left me a voicemail asking me if I wanted to come to the game today, that they were going through their VIP. Mind you, I've only bought tickets one time, so I don't know how the hell I'm a VIP. They're trying to give tickets away. They're calling people in Vegas to ask them if you want to go to a hockey game for free.
Yeah.
That's how bad this is. No ticket, no players, no fans, no stadium, no bet.
Yep. Pass here. Do not bet this game. That being said, I lean towards the Devils in this spot, and I'm not laying minus 140 on the road, though, even though this is the Arizona Coyotes. All right, last game of the night. This one's not 100 Gambler, but there is a laundry list of injuries on both sides in this matchup. Vegas Golden Knights and Vancouver Canucks. Robin Lehner, Thatcher Demko. The expected goalies, nothing confirmed. Nolan Patrick, questionable. Lauren Brossois remains out. William Carrier, Nicholas Haig, Brett Howden, Riley Smith, and Mark Stone. Max Pasquaretti is back in the lineup for the Vegas Golden Knights. There we go. And Mark Stone, I believe, was a game time decision, actually, but now he's been ruled out. I don't know if they'll be able to even – here's the thing. I don't know if they'll be able to activate Mark Stone until the playoffs, because if they do, I think they're $4 million over the cap. So that's the problem that the Vegas Golden Knights are dealing with right now. This is a reason why I think if they make the playoffs, they are a threat to make it a few rounds. Even if they played the Avalanche in the first round, they are a threat to knock off the Avalanche if they're fully healthy. I will say that now. On the other side, Highmore is questionable. Brock Bescher remains out. Philip DiGiuseppe remains out. Tanner Pearson remains out. Tucker Pullman remains out. Niels Höglander and Brandon Suter all remain out as well. I have no play on this game. I'll lean towards those Vancouver Canucks in this spot. No play on that last game, though. And that is everything from today's small little hockey slate. Back to you, Detroit Lenny.
Small little hockey slate. I like it. All right.
Yeah, thank you, NHL schedulers, for giving us one game yesterday to give us 14 today. And then 4 tomorrow.
How's that guy got a job? I don't know. Anyways, we're going to go over some MLB as well. So now we're going to touch base on some MLB. We're just going to go through some games that we, basically that are still up that aren't already playing. I'll give you guys a quick rundown. Tigers lost today, 5-3.
But they cashed the first 5. That's all that matters.
But they did catch the first 5. Yep. Guardians, I just can't get used to that. Cleveland, Cincinnati. Cleveland's up 4-0, bottom of the 4th.
Let's go. I have Cleveland first 5.
All right, there you go. Mariners, White Sox tied 1-1, bottom of the 4th. And I'm on the White Sox for that particular game. Cubs and the Pirates.
And I'm rocking the Sox today.
Oh, that's old Sox. I like that.
Yeah, I like this. I like this one.
Cubs, Pirates. Cubs up 1-0, bottom of the 5th.
We have the Cubs as our best bet.
Full game or first 5?
Full game.
You
can't do first 5s on the site.
You can't?
Nope.
All right, then. Then there you go. Then that has that. All right, so there's a couple games that are about to start. About an hour. So I kind of tried to put them in order. And listen, I know I'm not looking for a whole bunch here out of these games. I figure we just blow through them, guys. If you guys got questions about particular games in the chat, please feel free. Put them in the chat. We'll go over them. Basketball, baseball, whatever you got, hockey. Bring it to us. But I figured we just touch base on them. If you guys got a bet in it, great. If we don't, we don't. A's and the Rays. Who's on the mound? Adam Oler. for Oakland?
Adam
I'm saying
Oler
that?
and Romano.
Tommy Romano.
I know Tommy Romano. I don't know Adam Oler. Where is he
I'll
from?
give a quick thing. Both of them are making their major league debuts. Adam Oler came over from the Mets, part of the Chris Bassett trade.
Okay.
They got sent that way. So Oler has been in the Mets system. Tommy Romano is going to be making a start. He's pretty much been with Tampa Bay. I can't trust two pitchers making their major league debuts, so I stayed off this game.
For me, I took the Rays team total over 4.5. I expect them to be pissed after what happened yesterday. They were completely under no-show, and I expect them to score early and often. So I took the Rays team total over.
I like that. Mets Phillies. I know you guys big Mets fans here. I'm on the Mets. I'm on the Mets run line. I'm on the Mets money line. I get it. I know Tyler McGee.
I like Tyler McGill.
Okay, I don't know much about him, but I know Zach Wheeler, and I know I'm going to bet against him.
Zach Wheeler has been really good since getting to Philadelphia. The 2 years that he's pitched there had a 2.92 and a 2.78 ERA. So I don't know what you mean by you want to fade him right away.
He's not good in the beginning of the year.
Top 5 for Cy Young last year. I don't know what. I think we're watching two different pitchers. I don't know. I will say Zach Wheeler will be on a 70 to 75 pitch limit. He is dealing with some shoulder issues, but keep in mind, it was a shortened spring training.
Yes.
Right.
So you're going to get a lot of ticky-tacky injuries throughout the beginning of the year. It's going to happen. So you're going to see some pitchers on pitch counts.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
I am not betting this game. It would probably be a lean towards the Phillies, but I'm not laying 150 to fade the Mets.
No.
That just doesn't happen. And I'm not betting a run line because the Mets are not going to lose by a run line. They haven't yet. They did their one game against the Nationals, but this team
and they did last night.
They did not get run lines.
No, they didn't get run line. That's what I was saying. And they didn't against the Nationals.
They did against the Nationals.
Oh, that was a 4-2 game?
It was a 4-2.
Never mind it.
That was the only game.
I know they lost. That's all I remember.
Never mind.
I didn't go after anything in this game. I'm a Mets fan. I'm not going to lay minus 150 to fade them. That just doesn't happen.
That's fair. Brewers Orioles. I want an Oreo. I'm still waiting. I don't know if the Brewers are going to get better.
Pitcher. It was supposed to be Alexander Wells. Now it's Spencer Watkins.
Complete pass.
I kind of lean Orioles. I want to bet the Brewers.
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 I want to bet the Brewers, but I won't. I'm not saying I won't because I know at the end of the day, the Brewers are a way better team than the Orioles. I don't think Baltimore is that great. But they're probably going to win this game because the Brewers can't get their shit together yet. So until they do, I'm just
until the Brewers can go and score some runs. No, I'm not going to back this team. That's just it. Leave towards the Orioles,
or just take unders.
That's fair. Yeah, it's at 9.5 that game. Don't we
I
think
have
that's
not.
a little high?
To be honest, I haven't looked at that game at all because when I looked this morning, there was no line for it.
Yeah, I got it. Well, I got it at 9 on one book, 9.5 on another. But
first 5 under 5 looks very appealing in this game.
The problem is, yes, the Milwaukee Brewers have sucked, but against Spencer Watkins.
Yeah, now all of a sudden they're going to wake up. All their bats are going to wake up.
Oh, this can go under, this can go under. And all of a sudden we look back, it's the second inning, it's 7-3. It's just like, oh, okay, what happened to the under?
That's fair. Speaking of runs, I expect a lot of runs in this game.
I do too.
Blue Jays and the Yankees. The Stankies are a pretty heavy favorite here, minus 130. Not heavy favorite, 135. Over under at 9.5.
That's 135 now. That was like minus 115 when it opened.
Yeah. And
I 100% agree with that line movement.
I see it at 135. I see it as low as 128.
Yeah, because the Yankees are going to light up Kikuchi tonight. Because Kikuchi is the number one pitcher. That's the type of pitcher I want the Yankees facing. A soft-tossing lefty against Judge, against Stanton, against LeMahieu, Yes.
I almost
Sign
took
me
the
up.
over 9.5, and we all know my MLB game is 10.
I was gonna say I
I would
broke.
take it over 11.5, honestly.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
got
say
me.
I broke Lenny's rule. I took it over 10.
10.
Well, you gotta look at it this way. Cooch is not the same. He's been a solid pitcher. He worked in Seattle a lot better than he's going to work in Toronto, just because of the way the stadiums are built.
Well, yeah.
It's a lot easier for a pitcher to pitch in Seattle than it is in Toronto. He's going to have a lot more problems,
Especially in
right.
T-ball. Right.
Granted, I feel like he's going to end up at the end of the year having a better record than if he would play in Seattle, because the Toronto Blue Jays are going to put up a lot more runs than the Mariners will, than the Mariners ever did last year. That's not even going to be close.
I agree.
And then you get the Yankees. You get the Yankees, who are coming off of getting shut out. Shut out. I remember before opening day, me and Nick were on a walk and we were talking. And Nick's like, man, this Yankee lineup, he was going through it, he's like, this team's not going to get shut out for like 6 months. I'm like, no, they'll get shut out within the first 2 weeks.
Well, they didn't get shut out much at all last year.
Yeah, I was about to say, this team, and I know Nick's going to be mad at me, this team strikes out a lot.
Yeah.
They've now, I believe their thing was they've struck out 38 times compared to 28 hits to start the season. That is a huge difference. That is Baltimore Orioles numbers there.
But
that is why I'm not high on this Yankee team. The fact that at the end of the year, I'll predict that the Yankees will have like almost double the strikeouts than they do hits. And it's not even going to be particularly close.
Is there any teams that have more hits than strikeouts, though? Like, that's not really saying much.
No, but the difference in the strikeouts to
double
to hits
is a lot.
is I think they're only behind like Baltimore and Miami. There's a couple of teams that strike out a lot more, but the Yankees strike out a lot for a team that is supposed to be really good.
But yeah,
I think they're going to put up a lot of runs. Like the flip side of that is they're going to also get a lot of hits because they're swinging for the fences a lot. And
there's a lot of solo homers.
I mean, just look at what Stanton does. It feels like he closes his eyes and swings the bat as hard as he can. Like that, I feel like, and this is why Giancarlo Stanton, I believe I saw the stat, owns the hardest hit ball in the StatCast era in 21 different ballparks. Like he has, and I think every single year for the last 5 or 6 years, he was the number one. He held the number one spot for the hardest hit ball that year for like 5 or 6 straight years. The guy just swings with everything he can every single time.
And that results in a lot of strikeouts.
And home runs. When he does make contact, the thing
high risk, high reward. Or you know what I mean? So kind of thing. I think
let's see, Carlos Stanton last year, just pulling up his last year's numbers, in 510 plate appearances, he had 157 strikeouts. He also had 35 home runs.
There you go. How many RBIs?
97.
There you go.
But if you look at it,
so I mean, it's kind of a give and take, you know.
He had 54 extra base hits.
You can't have the best of both worlds, Tim. You're not going to have someone that has 35 home runs and doesn't strike out more than 100 times.
Well,
I would love for you to find someone that does that.
He had 139 hits last year, 35. So he had 104 non-home runs last year.
I would still love for you to go out and find someone that gives you 30-plus home runs every year and doesn't strike out more than 100 times.
Okay, I'll look.
And I think the only player you can potentially find for that, his name is Mike Trout. I think that's the only player in the MLB that probably does not strike out more than 100 times and get you 35 home runs. That's just part of the trade-off when you have someone who hits out many home runs.
Fair.
They're going to strike out a lot.
So I think with the Yankees, I agree with both of what you're saying. I think, though, with the Yankees, I think they're too heavy on guys that just you know, in a perfect world, you're building the perfect team.
Yeah,
you want a couple of those guys that just swing for the fences. But you also need those guys that can get on base. So when those other guys, you know, and
that's where you have that's where you have DJ LeMahieu. That's where you have someone like Aaron Hicks. Those are the contact guys on that lineup.
But I think you need more contact guys than you do big ball hitters.
Of course,
long ball hitters.
But I mean, when you play 81 games at Yankee Stadium,
Yeah.
Play 81 games at Yankee Stadium. I think it's okay.
Everybody looks like a long ball hitter.
Exactly.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next game. Marlins at the Angels. I got 0 on this game.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. We had the Marlins last night. Did not work out. That was
Nothing
worked out yesterday besides Toronto.
That's fair.
I went
Some days
1-4
nothing
and then
works
went
out.
2-0 in handicap baton. So
I think that's hilarious.
That is
Because we
hilarious.
talked about this before. Normally you'll go 5-0 for the day, but 0-2 in handicap 10. You're like, how the hell?
Which I'm 16-5-1. I'm second place right now.
Yeah, you're up there. Nationals and the Braves.
I have the Cleveland Indians Guardians right now.
It's the Indians. You can say it. Cleveland Indians 4-0. They're still damn.
And then I have the over
Mariners.
St. Louis at 8.5. That's my
I
other
need the
one.
White Sox.
Bobby the White Sox.
Nationals and the Braves. I got nothing on this one.
I lean Nationals. You're getting a
Okay.
plus money tag for an ace versus a pitcher that's making his major league debut.
It's fair. I just don't know if
The only reason why I didn't bet it is
Nationals
because it's the
suck.
Nationals. But I will say, and I've called it pretty much the entire year, I think there's a play for this game. And it's the Nationals plus 1.5. And the main reason why I say that, the Atlanta Braves, through their first 5 games, are 0-5 on the run line. They don't cover run lines. And as crazy as it sounds, and I'm sorry, any Atlanta Braves fans, the Braves are overrated. I'll say it. I'll straight up say it right now. The Braves are overrated. They had a 2-2 series with the what did they play? Reds, who are not supposed to be a good team. They should have won 3 out of 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go and lose 11-2. It's not like you lost by a run or 2. You got crushed by the Nationals, who are not supposed to be good. They are off to a bad start. I know it's 2-3 and whatever. They are off to a bad start, and I'm not high on them this year. I don't know why a lot of people are super high on them. Their offense got worse. Their pitching staff got worse. This is not a team I want to go and back.
I
The
think
Mets got better. The Phillies got better, and the Marlins got better. All of those teams, I think, can finish ahead of the Braves this year.
I think they're a second half team. I think the Braves will pick it. I think they're going to be a shitty first half of the year team, and they're going to be a better second half of the year team. But we'll wait and see. I'm not sold on them.
We'll see.
For anything.
I'm not sold on
see.
them. No. And I wasn't sold on them last year. So
Yeah, so there you go. Dodgers at the Twins. I got to play on this, but do you guys have anything on this?
Runs,
and more runs.
Okay, good. We're all in the same
I got
page.
I got the
9.
Dodgers team total and the full game over 9.5.
I'm sorry, you're getting Andrew Heaney, who is garbage. I'm not trying to be mean. What did he do last year? He pitched 129 innings. He's a strikeout pitcher. He struck out 150 last year, so that's good. But he allowed 84 earned runs on 29 homers with a 5.83 ERA and a 1.32 WHIP. That's not good. That is not good by any stretch of the imagination. I believe last year it was, Andrew Heaney's pitching. Let's bet the over. And most of the time, it cashed. Chris Archer on the other side pitched all of 19 innings last year for Tampa Bay, which he's making his return back to Tampa Bay after starting his career there. He pitched all of 19 innings, allowed 10 runs last year, 21 strikeouts, and a 1-1. So he went 4.66 ERA and a 1.34 WHIP. It's such a small sample size. We can take 2019 when he played for Pittsburgh, where he had a 5.19 ERA and a 1.41 WHIP. He's not a good pitcher anymore. He's not the same guy that pitched in 2013, 2014. The one that had the 3 ERA with a 1.13, 1.14 WHIP. Not the same guy. You're going to see runs. You're going to get a Dodger team that is pissed off that they're supposed to be a power team. And they just lost a series to the Rockies. I know it's early in the season, but these things matter. And they're going to
it sets the tone.
And you better believe they're going to score some runs tonight. The Twins are going to do the exact same thing off of Andrew Heaney. I could see this one being 8-7 at the end of the game, or something in that range, going way over the total.
That's fair. It's another game that I'm a little. Actually, I stayed off of this one. I was going to bet the over 9 in this one. I'm not on this game. Royals at the Cardinals in St. Louis. St. Louis pretty heavy favorite. The over-under's at like 9.5, depending on where you're at. Where are you guys going with this one? Did you play on this right now?
I like the Cardinals. I took the Cardinals team total over and the first 5 run line. I think this is more of a fade on Dustin Lynch. I'm not a fan of him. And this is a fade of the Kansas City Royals that I think is going to be a 72-win team at best. I think I said this morning.
The Royals a 72-win team?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think they finished last. I think they finished last.
Well, here's the problem. It's tough in that division. I mean, if the Tigers finish in last place, would I be disappointed? Yeah. I might not be surprised, though. If the Royals sneak out of that division, I wouldn't be surprised. If the Twins pull some stuff together, I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, the White Sox are the favorite in that division. But
the White Sox are an elite team. They are an elite team. Yep.
Well,
to me,
then they need to do some
the White Sox are a bet on team.
Elite type stuff right now because they're tied 1-1 going in the bottom of the 5th.
The Mariners are a sneaky team though, so don't look
not on the road.
They're going to compete for a wild card spot. The Seattle team.
That's fair. Rockies at the Rangers. This is my garbage game of the day, in my opinion. I didn't want nothing.
Give me more runs. Give me the Rockies team total over 4.5, and give me the full game over 10.
I see. Yeah,
I broke your rule again. I have another over 10. I don't care. I don't think that's enough. It's high for a reason. This is a 7-6 game.
I mean, I just didn't want anything to do with this one. Astros and the Diamondbacks. I mean, Diamondbacks. They might be better.
I lean Astros.
Yeah, it's minus 150-ish and the money line for the Astros, and I didn't see a whole lot of value because Arizona will screw around and steal coin with Bumgarner on the mound against who's on the mound for the Astros?
I like Luis Garcia.
Yeah.
I think he's a solid number 5 pitcher. Like, he's someone that we're going to get value with when it comes to, because if this was Verlander, if this was one of their top starters, if this is Valdez, we're looking at the Astros minus 200. Just because it's Luis Garcia, which showed really good flashes last year, that he can go deeper into games and shut up. And look what this Diamondbacks team did against the starting pitching of San Diego. It took them until game 3 to get a hit off a starting pitcher of the Padres.
Mm-hmm.
So that bum Joe Musgrove gave up the first hit by a Padres starter this year in game 3.
Yeah, I will say Luis Garcia had a good year last year. He started in 28 games, pitched 155 innings, only allowed 60 earned runs, 167 strikeouts, an 11-8 record, a 3.41 ERA, and a 1.18 WHIP.
It's not bad.
That's not
for number 5 starter. That's great.
That's their 5
It's
starter.
not horrible.
No, that's solid.
It's not horrible. I just I don't know. I just stayed away from it though. Padres and the Giants. Everybody and their brothers on this game. And last Woody standing, it seemed like in some way, shape. A lot of people like the Nerfy in this game. Yu Darvish, Alex Cobb. They're in San Francisco. Over-unders at 7.5 for a reason. I don't think you're going to see a lot of runs here, but I don't know about the 7.5. I might go to 8. I might flirt with the over.
I'm not sold on this Padres team, and I'm not sold on Yu Darvish.
I'm not either.
Give me an over, because I saw for this game we're seeing 18-mile-an-hour winds blowing out.
Yeah, so I'm on the Nerfy, just like everybody else. It's on one of my 18 Nerfies that I'm on today. But I am on the Nerfy, but just because I'm on a Nerfy doesn't mean I don't like an over. I mean, So I kind of like the over at 7.5.
Yep.
I did not bet it.
5-3 game.
Right. I could totally see that. Now, watch this game end up like 1-0, and I'll be pissed, and it'll be the only run I'll get. It'll be in the first inning. That'll take out like 97 people and last week.
Really, that many people put the Nerfy in?
No, there was at least 5 to 10. Probably, if you were to give me a total of 7.5,
give me the Yerfy.
Yeah, there was at least 5. I can tell you right now. I can actually look, but Tim Earl, what's your thoughts on this game? You got anything going on?
No, I don't have anything. I just didn't get involved in this game. It would be a lean towards San Fran. I'm not high on this Padres team.
6 people got a Nerfy in last week this morning.
Yeah. I'm not high on this Padres team. The total did go from 8 to 7.5, so the under does seem like a play. But I'm not really too interested in this one. I will say the one game that I kind of got skipped over with the Kansas City, the Royals and the Cardinals. I love the over in that game. And I like fading both pitchers. Daniel Lynch is not a good pitcher. He did not have a good year last year. He had a 5.69 ERA and a 1.63 WHIP. And you can say, oh, that's only for 68 innings. If you count his minor league stats in there, he's about the same. And then it's about 115 innings. He's not a good pitcher. He's in there because they need an arm at this point. I think I could do better pitching than Daniel Lynch. And then Dakota Hudson.
Can you hit his fastball? Can you hit his fastball? That's the question.
No, I think he throws 98, 99. But
I can probably bunt his fastball.
I could probably look at it.
I can lean into one of his fastballs.
I can probably stay in the batter's box for it. But that's about it. And then
I can lean into one of them. That's about it.
No, I will not get hit by one of those. No, thank you.
Oh, I'd lean into it. I don't care.
Dakota Hudson. He pitched 8 innings last year, coming off of Tommy John surgery. I could see him being on a pitch restriction just to kind of warm him into this year, because last time he pitched in an actual game was 2020, and then he needed to get Tommy John, so it would be a fade of both the pitchers. I got it at 8.5, and it's up to 9.5 on some books. So I like the over that game.
That is it for our MLB slate. Dre has this going on. Kaepernick here has the Phillies money line, Dodgers Twins over 9, Cardinals money line parlay.
And I don't hate that. Kansas City. I am not high on Dakota Hudson.
You are big on Kansas City though this year. I'm not saying it in a negative way. I'm just saying you have been talking up the Royals all year. You've been on.
Because I feel like the Kansas City Royals are going to be the Seattle Mariners of last year.
That's going to be the Marlins.
They're going to be a team that is plus money a lot, and they're going to make you money. Whit Merrifield is getting to be one of the best contact hitters in the league. Bobby Witt is the #1 prospect that everybody's watching. Benintendi had good years in Boston, and he's gonna emerge here. Salvador Perez is one of my MVP candidates. Mondesi's going to steal like 100 bases. This is a team that, as long as their pitching can get solid, I feel like can do a lot this year. So, yes, I'm high on Kansas City. And especially in a AL Central, I think they're in the perfect division to do it in.
Well, don't talk trash about the AL Central. It might be the best.
I'm not. But I'm not high on Minnesota. I'm not high on Cleveland. I think Kansas City's second to third best team in that division, depending on how the bullpen in Detroit looks.
I think all your wild card teams come out of that division.
I could easily see Kansas City being a 7 seed this year. We saw the Marlins do it in the shortened season. I can honestly see Kansas City.
He's going nuts.
Hey, at the end of the day, I only think 2 teams coming out of that AL East.
I'm just saying.
Because they're going to beat the crap out of each other. Everybody's going to be like 9-10 against each other in the AL East. Nobody's going to dominate nobody. And it's going to end up being a bunch of 85 to 87 win teams in the in the AL East. And nobody's going to hit their win total besides Boston.
The only one I worry about coming out of there is obviously out of the AL East. I think the AL West is the Astros division to lose.
AL West gets the Astros and the Mariners. The White Sox come out of the Central, and the Blue Jays, Red Sox, Rays, and Yankees potentially come out of the I can see.
I don't think the Red Sox are going to be good this year.
I think the Red Sox is the one team I would leave off because I think their pitching is a big question mark.
I agree. And the Yankees and the Rays and the Blue Jays are going to be the Yankees, the Rays, and the Blue Jays, all that. I just think at the end of the day,
the Royals are not sniffing anywhere near a postseason spot. Please give up on them.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't discredit them. I won't say that. Also, the Twins, I think they're going to be sneaky this year. But
yeah, I think the Twins are.
I think they could be. Let me rephrase.
Once again, the Twins are another team where their pitching is a question mark, but they can hit.
That's fair. I'm going to go through the scores. We got some updated scores before we bounce on out of here because our time is almost up.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of ace behavior with Cleveland there.
Yeah, Cleveland up 4-0, top of the sixth. Mariners, White Sox, they're in the top of the sixth as well. They're still tied 1-1. Cubs are still up 1-0, bottom of the sixth. And then we got the rest of the games that we just went through about to start here shortly.
By the way, when we look at the score, the stat line here for Bieber, 5 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, no earned runs, and no hits allowed.
Well, now that you said that, you jackass.
I just read out his score line. I just read out his stat line. That's all I did.
I mean, you did kind of jinx the Detroit pitcher.
I was just reading out numbers.
That's fair. Just reading numbers. All right, I'm going to watch a game. All right, guys, don't forget, visit our friends over at Caesar Sportsbook. The link is in the description of the video. The promo they have going on right now. Nicaro, if you're changing this up, it's Caesar Sportsbook. Bet first bet insurance up to $1,100.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm just saying.
I love we're switching the promos every other day.
I know. Apparently, I jumped the gun on the one yesterday.
Apparently, because I messaged Craig. He's like, "We're using BetMGM." No,
we're not on this. So I just followed the emails yesterday.
I didn't get an email with that, and I didn't get a link for it. I needed to get a link last night, so I didn't know where that came from.
Well, I'll do it after we're done out of here. I can send you the one I have.
I have the link already for this one because we've had this promo before.
Yeah, are you sure? I think there's a new logo or new.
Is there a new promo code?
No.
There is no promo code.
MLB at the Picks and Parlay shop. There you go.
There is no promo code. It's just a link. Just follow the link. But because the link is specific to their state. So also like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, Max Wager Network, Earl Sports Bets, YouTube. Definitely check out earlsportsbets.com. Their promo they got going on over there is 7-day package, only $49. Hell of a value. We talk about that all the time. Other than that, you guys got any parting words before we dip on out of here? Nope. Good talk.
Tread lightly. Tread lightly. Me with 25 plays today.
Yeah. Go Red Wings. Super puck line -2.5. They're going to win that
power.
game.
Anytime goal for the
17-0. And
just give me 7 runs in that Wings game, and I'm happy. I don't care who scores them.
Yurfie, Padres Giants. Good luck, everybody. Unless you're against us, we're out of here.